welcome back to another episode of the Darwin's Room channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me here for another movie review. Today we're going to be talking about the latest Disney live-action adaptation, Lilo and Stitch. This is a movie I was really looking forward to because I really enjoy the original animated film. It was actually a childhood favorite. I really loved it as a kid, had so much fun with it, really heartwarming, really fun, and really funny for the family. So I was really excited to see this one and see what they were gonna do with it, how it would go. As you guys know, Disney's live action films have not necessarily been the greatest. I like Mulan, I think is a good example of a really bad one. And they've kind of just dropped the ball quite a bit. The Aladdin one, not so good. So I was a little bit nervous about it, but in general, looking forward to it. And the trailer for it, it looked good. It looked like it generally stayed pretty on par with the original, so I was interested to see what they were going to do with it. So that being said, I'm really happy to say this is, without a doubt, no challenge, no contest, the best live action adaptation that Disney has provided us to date. I have seen some negative reviews for it, and to be honest, I really don't think they're well warranted, and I don't quite understand why some people have reviewed it negatively or seen it in kind of like a bad way. I think it's a solid film. I think it does so much to honor the original source material that effectively brings it to a new generation so that, you know, new kids today can appreciate it the way that we appreciated the animated film back then. So I think they did a fantastic job. It's really moving, it's really funny, it's really fun. Stitch, he's adorable. You know, he's got the same like frenetic energy as he did in the original film. And Chris Sanders, he reprises his role to voice the character of Stitch, and once again, he's great. It's just fun to hear that voice and match that with the chaotic energy, and it's just a lot of fun. He does a fantastic job. Stitch is wonderful in the movie. But Maya Kealoha, I hope I'm saying that right, she is the actress that plays Lilo, and this is her first film. So like in the credits it says introducing Maya Kealoha, and she was incredible in this movie. I was really impressed. I think that kid has quite a bright future if she chooses to pursue making more films. Fantastic actress, she was wonderful, she was funny, charming, heartwarming, just really well done. And the sisterhood dynamic is really beautiful to see. Just the way that her and Sydney Agudong, who plays Nani, the way that they connect was really lovely and wonderful. There's a great connection there. You could tell there's a lot of chemistry, and it was really nice. I think they did a great job. I think the casting was well done for their characters. I have heard that some people didn't particularly like the casting for Nani, but for me it felt fitting. I think they're both Hawaiian, so I think it's cool that they kept it within the culture and not just someone playing a Hawaiian character. They actually got a Hawaiian actress to play a Hawaiian character. I don't like it when people don't do that, so I appreciated that they kept it within the culture and allowed them to be able to speak for their own culture. So I thought that was really cool. But something that I will say that I appreciate is that Nani in the animated film, as a kid growing up, I felt like Nani looked like a young mom. So like, she looks older, the animation, than what she was. So I appreciated that in this film, the actress, she does look as if she would be this like 18 to 20-year-old sister that gets guardianship dumped on her to take care of Lilo after their parents pass away tragically and abruptly. So I think it was much more fitting. She looked like she fit the bill much better. They also do, and I'm not gonna give any spoilers for anything that is like super pertinent, but things that you probably saw in the trailer. Like there's a new social worker character who is not Agent Cobra Bubbles, but I think that only makes more sense for the story, because if you go back and you watch the original Lilo and Stitch, Cobra Bubbles acting as a social worker, but then coming out as a CIA agent later, it doesn't make sense because his character shows up in the movie before Stitch even shows up. Whereas in this movie, he doesn't show up until after Stitch arrives, which makes more sense with the plot. So that is a plot hole in the original that I think they filled quite nicely in this one. And the actress that plays the social worker, she does a good job. And just that whole dynamic of the plot and of the story, I think it elevated it a lot in the sense that you could feel the emotional gravity of the situation of this older sister, hardworking older sister that's trying to make ends meet so that she doesn't get separated from Lilo, so that she can keep taking care of her, while still having dreams of her own. And they really give more development for Nani as a character in this movie, which I appreciated that they developed on it more. And she does a terrific job. You know, they do such a wonderful job with the sisters and really going full force with the theme of Ohana. And, you know, the classic line of Ohana means family and family never gets left behind. They do such a good job bringing that home and really honing in on it. And I think that it was really moving, really touching. And it builds to an emotional finale for me personally. I thought it was really, not like a full-blown tearjerker, but like emotional. I think you'll find it heartfelt. And it was really sweet to see. The actor that plays Cobra Bubbles, who is the CIA agent, he does a fine job, but let me know what you guys think. Tell me Terry Crews wouldn't have been perfect for that role. Like, he would have been great. Or even Ving Rhames, who voiced the original character. He would have been great in it too. So I'm not quite sure why they casted him, Courtney Vance, for that role, because I don't think he really fit the bill super well. I think it would have been a lot better if Terry Crews or Ving Rhames played Bubbles, because I just think their energy would have matched it a lot more and would have added to the humor, and it would have just been a lot more fun that way. The characters that play Jumba Jukiba, if I'm saying that right, and Pleakley, they're really fun. It's really cool to see their alien animation. However, I will say they're not in alien form the whole movie like they are in the animated film, which I did find disappointing because I think it would have been kind of funny to see the disguises that they use in the animated film in live action. I think that would have been really fun, and it would have lended itself to the comedic elements of the original. But nonetheless, Billy Magnuson as Pleakley, he's really great, he's really funny. And Zach Galifianakis, he is really fun as Jumba Chukiba. And so they play off each other really well. They do a good job with the story. And at least at the end of the film, they do get back into their original alien form. It's just the middle section of the movie, like that's whole second act, first, second, and third. It's the whole second act that they're not in alien form. But you do see enough of them to appreciate what they look like. And really kind of get the bang for the buck there. There is an omission of a character, one of the alien characters, that I don't know why they omitted their character. Maybe it just didn't make sense for the story, or maybe it started to feel a little bit too bloated with the plot with too much going on. That's entirely possible, but I felt like they could have very easily weaved this character back into the story, but it seems like they chose to omit them so that there would be more time to develop more on Nani's character, as well as develop this community of family and good neighbors and how we all look out for each other, with some additional supporting characters that were added. So in the end, I was okay with that change. I just think it was a little disappointing to see this character not there that I enjoyed from the original. But I think the omission serves the story well, and it makes it that much more meaningful, in my opinion. And I think that they effectively carry the heart and the charm of the original film into this new adaptation that I think new audiences are really going to appreciate it. And I think for fans such as like myself, who really love the original, are going to find something to appreciate in this one. And I look forward to seeing how this new generation cares for it the way that we cared for the original, because I think that they did an excellent job. Again, the heart is intact. It feels, story-wise, beat for beat, it plays very much almost the same as the original, with some minor changes here and there that they're minor, but they're meaningful, and they add to the heart of the film. And I think it only works for its benefit. So in some way, yeah, there's disappointment in it, but in other ways, it elevates it. So there's kind of some give and take there. So I really appreciated this film. I thought it was so fun. Stitch, again, he's a riot. He's just this wrecking ball of chaotic energy at the beginning of the movie. And I will say they do an excellent job with the development, because he goes from, again, being this chaotic ball of energy with kind of a bit careless, you know, and not caring about what's going on around him, to the end of it being a contributing member of the family who loves and cares and is deeply invested. And it's a very gradual development, and I think that they did that really well. So fantastic. You know, and again, it builds to an emotional ending that I found very sweet, very heartfelt. And in the credits, there's nice callbacks to the animated film with some live action snippets of it that they didn't have time to include in the live action story, but they put it in the credits, so it was kind of nice to see that. So yeah, no, I don't understand some of the negative reviews I've been seeing for this film. It is a lot of fun. It's very sweet. It's funny. It's charming. It's a nice movie. And if you like the original, I can't imagine you not liking this one. At least as long as you're able to appreciate it as a modern imagining of the original story. But again, the heart is intact. It plays very much the same, with just minor changes that I think elevate the overall plot, and it just makes more sense. So I think that they do a really great job. It's a really good film. So I'm gonna give Lilo and Stitch 4 out of 5 stars. This is easily the best live action adaptation, like I said, that Disney has given us. And I really hope that if they're gonna continue this, which I don't think they should, I don't think they should keep doing all these live action adaptations. I think they should just focus on making new stories. But if they're gonna continue with this, I hope that they continue to this caliber, because I think that this is the best one that we've gotten. And it really, yeah, it elevates the material, and it's a really fun time. So while the original, again, it's a childhood favorite, I'd probably give that one a 4.5 out of 5 stars. This one follows close behind at a 4 out of 5. So I really enjoyed it. And yeah, if you guys got to check it out, what were your thoughts on it? Again, I've been hearing some negative reviews on it, so if you didn't like it, I would love to hear why. So feel free to comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Why for either one of those? Were you looking forward to this? What's your opinion on this kind of plethora of live action adaptations that Disney has been giving us lately? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Are you somewhere in the middle? What are your thoughts? I'd be curious to hear. Thank you guys again so much for watching, for tuning in. I really appreciate all of your support. And I will have some more reviews for you guys in the next week or two. There's a couple movies that I have lined up that I want to go out and catch. So stay tuned for those. Very soon you'll have some more content. Thanks so much. God bless. Take care.